So you finally find the time, sit down, and start planning the adventure that you've promised your friends. But what do you do? Alright guys, hey what's up? Plain Edge here on Bent Dice. Today we're going to be discussing how to plan your D&D campaign. To begin with though, I'd like to talk with you guys first. As you can see, I'm in a different location. I moved. It actually took like a week and a half. It was kind of ridiculous. The place I was at before ended their lease before this place started. So I had like a week in between. I had to go down to Georgia, live with my parents for a while. And ended up actually not having internet for another week and a half, or half week. So that's why there wasn't a video for 2 weeks. But anyway, today we're talking about planning your D&D campaign. To plan your D&D campaign, I've broken it into 3 stages. First one is going to be setting, second one is going to be current situation, and the third one is going to be NPCs. So to begin with, setting. Setting is very important. It's very broad, obviously. Setting can mean the world, setting can mean just the town. It really just depends on how much you've already gone into the world. But to begin with, you really don't need that much. You can come up with a lot of it on the fly. But if your players are going into a town, you might want to have some idea of what's in that town, such as, what kind of shops are available there. Is it a small little hamlet, or is it a large bustling city? These are things you should know before going into the game. Setting is also things like the ambiance, so how would this dungeon feel? Is it dank, is it musty, or is it dry and arid? Is this place a desert? What does it look like? Essentially, you are describing the surroundings of your characters. That's the goal in setting. It's not very complicated, it's pretty easy, you just have to decide on a few things. Second thing, current situation. Much more complicated than setting. Current situation is dealing with the current political situation, what is going on currently, basically anything that is happening right when you're planning it. So right when the players get there, what is going on? If the players are exploring a dungeon, they might come across some cultists doing a ritual. That would be something in the current situation. And so you can plan your encounters in a dungeon based on current situations. Maybe a dragon has taken refuge in a cave, and the players are hunting the dragon. So therefore, your current situation makes sense with what the players are wanting to do. They're not going to find just some random bones in the cave and that's it, right? One thing to note, current situation does not mean plot. These are 2 separate things, and you should not ever, and I mean ever, plan for plot. That will lead you to you being disappointed, or it will lead to your players feeling railroaded. If you are expecting them to go down path A, B, C, and D, they're never going to do that. Players are never going to do what you expect them to do. And so there's no point in even trying to plan that. There's never any reason to try and figure out what the players are going to do. You should never try and extrapolate what the players are going to want to do, because you're never going to know. You're never going to be accurate. Even if you know the person, it's just not going to happen. And you're going to be disappointed, the players are going to be disappointed, so just avoid it. Finally, you're going to be planning your NPCs. Now, obviously, very obviously, you're not going to be able to plan every NPC that the players encounter. You should have probably just like a small list of different characteristics, different emotional states, and things like that you can pull from really quick. All you have to do is like put your finger on a random spot on the table and play that. One of the pieces of advice I've heard is use the names of the 7 dwarves from Snow White. So like happy, sleepy, nosy, or I don't think nosy is one of them, dopey, things like that. And then that's a good way to give a character some feeling without actually going really deep into the character and having already planned them out. But that being said, important characters that the players know, or like shopkeepers that you know exist, you should have a somewhat decent understanding of who they are. You don't need to go much into detail, but have like a very basic background. Where are they from? Are they from around here, or are they a foreigner? What do they do? How do they make a living? Etc. Right? Very, very basic things. It doesn't have to be complicated at all. You're just trying to get down the basics. Now we're actually gonna make a video pretty later on about how to make good NPCs and how to make them not quote unquote memorable. I don't think NPCs should really always be memorable. There will be some memorable ones, but Anyway, so that's about it for the planning video. If you liked it, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. If you have any questions, any experiences with planning, any advice, tips, or things like that, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. I'm actually going to be starting up some streaming pretty soon, so I'll leave my link to the to my stream in the description below. I'm not going to be streaming D&D per se. It's mostly going to be just various games that I play during the week. But at the same time, I'm looking to maybe go into some, like playing a D&D game and then streaming the D&D game and then streaming also the prep time. So that might be something that a few people would like. It really just depends on how much, basically on if I can find people and how much interest there is in it. That's going to be it for me, guys. Hope you had a good one. See ya.